She's got this big boss girl attitude when it comes to being independent and trying to make money. I love it, y'all. We love to see it. We love to see our own independent girl. Hello everyone, this is Drama Blur, also known as Drama Rambler. For today's video, I will be doing a first impression / first rambling on the historical romance drama, Romance of a Twin Flower. Now this one is currently being aired on the platform Tencent and is slated for 38 episodes. As I'm making this video, I have watched the first 12. And so far, I am enjoying it, liking what I see. Some things are still quite questionable, but before I discuss any of that, let me give you guys a quick brief background of the plot, and then we can go on to discuss. So basically, our female lead, played by Peng Xiaoren, loses her memory due to an accident and wakes up to realize that she is married to the male lead, Ning Yu Xuan, played by Ning Yu Xuan. He's this young, talented, highly favored by the emperor nobleman that also has his own motive to avenge his father's death and investigate on it. And prior to this accident, the lead's original marriage was shaky, as female lead, according to everyone, was quite the evildoer. But now that she's lost her memory and personality has changed a little bit, things will change around as female lead becomes independent and sets her mind on focusing more on this business that she creates, which will also be of assistance to male lead and help change his mind about her. So I guess we're set up for something mysteriously kind of cute, guys. Now, I'm going to try my best to not spoil, but if I do, I am so sorry. I tried my best not to spoil in this summary, but let's just say you could take the title as the biggest hint of all. So let's go ahead and just start. First thing I want to discuss is the acting and characters of all the characters so far in here, especially our leads. For example, Ning Yu Xuan, oh my gosh, you guys, still not disappointing. He does not disappoint at all. I will have to openly admit I am quite a big fan of Ning Yu Xuan, and I was excited for this one because, well, I have missed him on screen. And if you watched his other dramas like Intense Love, Moonlight, or his biggest hit, Romance of Tiger and Rose, he's still doing so well just like he did in those. Acting wise, his eyes are still expressive just as I remember them from his other dramas. Love it. In here, he is still killing it acting wise. However, character wise might be a little bit different. The show has done a really good job in the first 4 episodes ish to really show us that he is a jerk, almost convincing a lot of people to not watch it anymore because he's not what they prefer. But I didn't really mind it. I was able to look over that, not saying that I condone his behavior, but it was realistic if you look at it from the point of view of what everyone says about female lead prior to their accident here. And it seems like they were only married for like in name, but no real relationship built on it. It was more of a one-sided thing because female lead seems to be obsessive over our male lead, and he didn't care for her. 4 years of resentment a little bit. And in actuality, as the show's progressing, we see that he is actually a softie at heart, once again, like his other characters and other dramas. So I love that about it. But I will have to kind of say that his attitude change towards female lead is going quite faster. Considering that this has about 38-ish episodes, I thought, oh, this is quite fast. And for someone who's had 4 years of resentment towards a woman that they don't like, it's fast to change on him. But I will say, I guess that if they are quickly giving us a fast pace on how their relationship is expanding, then maybe that means they're going to focus more on the better parts, which is the angst and mystery, which I'm all for. So I'll take this fast pace. I'm down. Peng Xiaoren, on the other hand, is also doing a great job. Now don't kill me, you guys, especially my Goodbye My Princess fans. I have not watched any of her dramas prior to this one. I'm so sorry. But I guess that's good for me because I don't have anything to judge her off by, so it's much easier for me to just say I like it. She's doing a very great job here, and she's also got these really big, beautiful eyes. I'd say she's a beauty with big eyes. So both our actors are really good with expressing their emotions through eyes so far, and I like it because she's playing a silly, fun, playful character that is enjoyable to watch without being too annoying, because we know sometimes those female leads can be a little bit cringy if they act a little bit too silly. But here, I think she's doing great. Plus, I love her character so far right now because she's got this big boss girl attitude when it comes to being independent and trying to make money. I love it, y'all. We love to see it. We love to see our own independent girl because, well, she's realized that, okay, my husband don't really care for me due to that one incident, and she's just like, forget it. I'm gonna just focus on me. And I'm like, you go, girl, because, well, yeah, like I said, show did real good showing that male lead was a jerk towards her. So I don't really blame her. Now, I will have to say she is doing better than her previous persona that everyone says, so I love it. And she's also so much better than the antagonist, which I guess I will have to mention. Antagonist here is the concubine of male lead as well. Don't panic at the word concubine, guys, I promise. They haven't really explained it yet, but he only married her for his own other personal reasons. Didn't really love her or don't really like her like that. So I know, again, sounds like male lead's a jerk, but I guess still reveal later because I don't really like her either. She's, gag. I also want to quickly mention they have some very fun side characters, but the best one yet to stand out will be male lead's side assistant or his assistant Derek White Bye. Oh my gosh, guys, give this man a raise. He did so good so far. He's so funny in his own way, and I will have to say, you know, he a real good assistant, a real true homie for cross-dressing to go see his boss in jail when that little incident happened. I love it. So y'all, fun characters overall. And I will have to say, Ita Chin's character in here, he is playing the enemy-ish of male lead in a different perspective, but I haven't seen much of him. However, they are styling him so good in here, and I'm excited to see his story flesh out more because it seems like he's got more to do with female lead than male lead itself in terms of relationship. So we'll see. But I love his styling in here because they got him going from man bun to long hair, and he looks good. I'm talking about, he's probably got the most outfit changes from any of the male characters so far. Different colors, different outfits, love it. And I'm just ready to see everything flesh out. And since I am mentioning about styling, I do kind of want to mention also that everyone in here, again, I'm not one to be really good at judging historical costumes, but everyone matches their costumes. But I will have to say, like everyone else also has been mentioning online, that yes, male lead Ning Yu Xuan's character looks almost just exactly like he did in the Romance of Tiger and Rose, which kind of makes me want to just say, Han Shuo, did you time travel to another dimension? Like, nice to see you again, I guess. It's literally same style, like outfits, bun with like the braid in the hair, everything. I just kind of like, is it not more like a lazy thing to do? I'm not sure, but it is a treat to see him in white outfits. He's been mostly just wearing white. It looks so elegant on him. I love it on Ning Yu Xuan, and I love ancient costumes, so he looks good regardless. Just I wish it was differently styled so that I don't just picture Han Shuo all the time. And female lead as well, Peng Shouren's character, so far right now her look is more of a simplistic look that I think matches well with her personality of being a playful and carefree person. It just makes it more fun and enjoyable versus her having a lot of big heavy costumes going on while she's running around doing her own thing for her business. So I really like the simplistic look on her so far. Very nice. Well, number one thing I really wanted to discuss is something that is inevitably hard to escape, which is, of course, voice dubbing. Yeah, guys, that definitely is something I want to discuss because, well, it's been half a disappointment so far for voice dubbing. I know we cannot escape it, but Ning Yu Xuan's character's voice dubbing is a half and half for me. They've done like so good on certain scenes, and then there's certain scenes that, like I said, Ning Yu Xuan's able to really express his emotions and bring his characters to life through his eyes and just making those facial expressions lively enough to make you believe that this is his character. And for example, when he gets angry in here, he looks super angry and you can be convinced and kind of scared. Oh, he's good. But the voice dubber kind of has a softer voice so that sometimes when he is angry, it just doesn't match up to the way he's looking. But that's only sometimes, it's not all the time, so I guess that's just me being a little bit picky for myself. All the other actors are fine. The ones I don't quite like as well right now is a lot of the other female characters in here. Like female lead's maid. She's another whiny, crying, not really crying, but a whiny maid where you want to just scream or just kind of cover your ears because she's got this whiny but also very high-pitched voice, and you just, oh my gosh, very childish. The worst one yet so far also, in my opinion, is the concubine. She's got this whole facade going on. You know, she's darn evil deep down, but she's trying to pretend that she's all soft-spoken, ladylike, sweet. The lady who's like all about her husband and will tend to him 24/7, treat him the best. Okay, it's so annoying because you know she out to do something worse. And I'm just like, ugh, when every time she talks, I'm just like, oh, how annoying. Eye roll. But other than voice dubbing, I will have to quickly mention as well, in the beginning, there are some weird camera movements that kind of shook me a little bit. And yeah, I'm playing on that a little bit because yeah, there was some crazy stuff going on in that very first minute. And I was just like, and it goes on for a little bit. But so far, it's died down. Just, if you saw it too, you might have just been like, what is happening? I was just like, okay, I guess we really need to see how she looks. I don't know. It was just kind of crazy. But the next biggest thing is plot as well. Okay, so far plot itself has been okay. The biggest downfall I've seen is that due to censorship, this drama was not able to follow the main idea of the book. So yes, this is another book to drama adaptation. And the biggest miss is that, okay, actually female lead is someone who transmigrated, time traveled to the past. And I myself haven't read the book, but I did do some research while eagerly waiting and read some online comments because, you know, I get impatient sometimes. And female leads' actions, they would make sense if we were able to see it from time travel. But since that's, you know, banned right now in China, then they had to go and sneak around using the amnesia route, which I was fine with. So I think maybe it's just me. If you don't do any research on it, it might help, but if you don't, it kind of doesn't help either because it's a bit confusing. So I don't really know what's the better option, because with the time travel route, you can understand her personality she's doing now. She has a really modern way of thinking and doesn't hesitate to do modern ways of things. Like, for example, she wanted to divorce male lead once she realized he did not love her and he was just like a jerk, and she was like, nope, I cannot stand with this man. I'm like, okay, you go, girl. And even people around them were confused that she was bold enough to do that. The servant or like the assistant was like, you're gonna divorce him? I've only heard of guys being able to divorce their wives, not the other way around. So it's kind of like, oh, I get it if it's from the time travel route, but since we can't see that and it's just amnesia, you kind of now go, well, where was she raised, or how is the place she was from? I don't know. Like, okay, cool. But yeah, that's just confusing a little bit. So maybe that's just on me. But if you just go with it in a blank slate, maybe it'll help. I'm not sure. You guys tell me. Is it just me? Another point I want to make out real quick is also that the bad guy or other main bad guy, basically Maka's character in here, who is the enemy of male lead within the royal court. I don't understand so far. Maybe it's just me again, but they literally have been showing us every single one of his plans and executions step by step openly, to the point where whenever you see it happen, you're just like, oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen because he already told us, as if I was his homie, like buddy sitting there. He's like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I was like, okay, I guess. And it just doesn't leave you for any mystery or like anticipation on how it's really gonna go down, or is there any plot twist to it. It's just like, yeah, I knew because he already told us. But however, I will have to say the chemistry of our leads, they are still very adorable together. That's the best word I want to use to describe them, is that they are adorable. Now, they don't have anything really worth gushing over, but it's one of those adorable where you're just like, they're really cute and nice to see together visually as well. But their banter, guys, has got to be the best part. Sometimes I'm expecting them to get into real like heated arguments, and then somehow someone or something, or even the characters themselves, will inflate the whole situation with some silly moment that turns the whole thing around, and you're just like, huh? I guess. I mean, sometimes it's so funny that I just laugh, because sometimes male lead, he might just like end up giving in and be like, okay, I'm sorry, and you're like, huh? Or female lead, she'll just be like, I don't care, and she just goes on and does her own thing. It's so funny. So I know some people may get annoyed by that, but that's my kind of humor, and I find it funny, so I like watching the in and outs of it. It's not overly done to me, so it's giving me some life through that. So chemistry is still really good between our leads. Overall, I will have to say that the show has its own like special charm, and I definitely do plan on watching more. Right now, I'm just enjoying it as a lighthearted show since that's how it's been going so far, and I'm fine with that. I like lighthearted stuff. But for those of you who are curious or planning on checking it out, hopefully you will also find some enjoyment out of this show, because I'm just ready to discover more of the mysteries and prepare myself for the angst, because definitely they are leaving more room for angst, which I also quite appreciate. Hopefully that it will go well if they do execute it well. But for those of you who are currently watching, what's your thoughts so far? You know, like, are you guys enjoying it? Did I miss something, some insights that we got going on? I mean, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can discuss some more further insights that I missed out on. But I think that's a wrap up on my first impression of this show. I've loved it so much so far. I wish I could ramble on some more, but I try to cut it short for you all. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in to another video with me, Drama Blur, Drama Rambler. And as always, everyone, have fun and stay safe. And let's just continue to ramble on together about our shows, everyone. Thank you.